Hello everyone, welcome to my new channel. This channel is basically going to be just about video game repairs, mods mainly. I'm going to have a few odds and end projects. I'm going to do a video game room tour of this entire room that you can see a small frame of here, and then after that I'm going to do a game or a tour of my electronics lab, which is behind the camera. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this and look forward to some of my new content. Alright, starting off on this shelf, this is like my very old first and second gen consoles, mainly second gen, and then all of my boxed stuff that I don't have anywhere to put quite yet. All of this is going to be nice and displayed here in the coming months. I'm actually going to be doing videos of building the shelving, and where the camera's sitting right now is I'm actually building an additional wall to store boxes and such. So ignore this for now. It'll be nice and neat here in the next few months, but for now, this is some Coleco Telestar and Magnavox Odyssey 3000. Those are basically just Pong consoles. Just got an old CRT here. ColecoVision and Television Model 1, Odyssey 2, a Woody Heavy Sixer Atari with a Atari Game Center case. And then down in this drawer, I got all kinds of stuff. I've got, oh man, basically every North American Atari console made, plus a bunch of add-ons, Starpath Supercharger. Yeah, like I said, this will all get displayed once I get these boxes, but for now, this is where I have it. An Atari 400, Atari 5200, and I actually have the cartridge that you can play 2600 games on it. Yeah, I'll bring you in to show you this stuff up closer. Alright, so now we're a little bit closer. I'll start from over on this side actually. Let me move my couch out of the way. I have an Atari 2600 wireless joystick. It's one of those things with a giant antenna. I actually have two of them. Another one's down in that drawer that I was showing you guys. My Xbox One box, a Halo 3 Xbox 360, Super Mario Paint boxed. This is just an Atari flashback console. Odyssey 2, which is this console here. I have the box and manuals for it. This is just a box for a Commodore 64 disk drive that I have, which is over there. Some random joysticks. That is a boxed Hyperscan and Hyperscan controller. Sega Saturn box. I just have a bunch of random stuff. Like, anytime I find something small like this, I'll buy it. I'll just go through the notable things. A Sega Genesis Model 1 box. These are just random other boxes. Batter Up for this Super Nintendo. A Model 2 Genesis boxed. This is a Sega Master System, which actually, the outside looks kind of rough, but inside, it's actually still all in the plastic sealed, which is super nice. Super Scope, Xbox One Guitar Hero Live, and a boxed NES, just a front loader. A brand new in the box Sega CD sealed. That's the box for the Odyssey 3000. And then both of these actually have two Commodore 64s complete, which I actually repaired and got working thanks to some help from a Commodore 64 group that I'm in. Atari Jaguar in the box, NES Advantage, Switch, and Wii. So yeah, I'll have these all nice and displayed. I'm going to have some stuff on top of here, on this wall, and then like I said, behind the camera I'm going to have some more. Alright, over here we have my wall of controllers. I actually built this shelf out of pegboard, which I painted black. The theme of this room, by the way, is green and black. Those are my two favorite colors. Every single one of these hooks that are hanging these controllers are actually metal coat hangers that I bent and shaped, every single one. There's like hundreds of them on here. This isn't even all of them, to be honest. I have 2 more boxes of Atari controllers and Sega Genesis controllers, but those are all future projects. Very top row, I have Sega Genesis, a variety of 3 and 6 button, big and small, a multiple variety of Sega Dreamcast with a fishing pole, and then these are 2 light guns. These 2 rows here are all PS1, PS2 controllers. My few Nintendo 64 controllers. Only reason why I got 4 is because they're freaking expensive. I refuse to pay high prices for anything. My NES controllers, I actually have more, but like I said, some are in boxes. I didn't feel the need to display every controller I own because I would need a lot more space. Super Nintendo, the NES light guns. This one here plus this whole row right here is original Xbox. My 3 GameCube controllers, Hyperscan 2 here, Jaguar, which I only got 1. I plan on getting a couple more, and then I plan on modding them with a joystick. Sega Saturn, then everything from here down is Atari 2600. This is the Star Raiders, the video touchpad. I've got a bunch of 5200 controllers, which I'm also going to make videos on getting those working. A handful of Atari 7800. And then down at the very bottom, I don't even know if it's in frame, is the Sears Video Arcade controllers. So yeah, this is my wall of controllers. This is the best way I could display them in one space. So yeah. Alright, as you can see behind me, this is the shelf that I built to display all my physical games. And down there I got some books. I'll actually do a close-up of this since it's sort of out of frame, but for now I'll just show off this shelf. So up top we have, from here over, is boxed Sega Genesis games. All my loose games are on that shelf. Like I said, I'll show. So I have a bunch more Sega Genesis there. These purple ones here are boxed Game Gear games. One of them is actually still brand new. My couple 32X games boxed. I have a few more over there that's out of the box. And then my handful of Master System games. Like I said, these are all very expensive, so I own the entire collection for Hyperscan. This one right here was probably the hardest thing to find. The booster pack for the Spider-Man. This is very hard to find. So yeah, this is the entire library plus all the booster packs for the Hyperscan. NES top loader, or I'm sorry, NES front loader here. Well, really, I don't know why I said that. It could be both, top or front. Anyway, this case over is all PS2. If you guys are interested, I can do a close-up. I mean, I have a handful of rare games. I'll point out a few as I go through this. From here over, this section from here to here is all Guitar Hero and SingStar, because as you'll see behind on my next few clips, I am a huge Guitar Hero fan. So I own all of them on PS1, or I'm sorry, PS2, and then this is my Xbox 360. So from here over, this is all rhythm music games as well. Sega Dreamcast is all this. My small Nintendo DS, my small PS1. Everything that's very small is because those are expensive. DS, I never really got into DS too much, so that's why that one. Sega CD, these are all small box, and then I have a few loose games as well. This is actually a Commodore 64 modem, which is kind of funny. Down there I actually have a VIC modem for the VIC-20. Anyway, this is computer games. The majority of my computer games are actually digital. So these are like old computer games. Like I have Oblivion and Fable in the box. My Wii and PS3 only because I have a Wii, but I just modded it just to play old, as an emulator. Sega Saturn. Let's see. From these top 4 shelves, from here up, are all Atari 2600 games. This is Atari 7800 with these gray silver labels. Atari 400. And then this, from here over, are all VIC-20. And then that little corner is my ColecoVision. This here is probably one of the more rare games I have. It's called Chase the Chuck Wagon on the Atari 2600. Yeah, I put it in a case. It's not in the greatest condition, but I just wanted to have it in a case. Those are some boxed Atari 5200 games. Alright, these are boxed Nintendo 64, Action Max boxed games. I only need one more, if I remember right, to complete the entire library. Boxed Super Nintendo, boxed VIC-20, and then these are boxed Commodore 64 on top here. All of these are from here over boxed Atari 2600 games, and then from here to here is Intellivision games. And down below here is all of my original Xbox games. So yeah, I will show you this little shelf over here, and those are all the loose games. All right, down here, like I said, these are my loose games for the most part. I got some books and manuals, and then I'll just start up top here. This is a case of Commodore 64 discs, or floppies, as most people know. Yeah. These are all, the majority of these are burnt games, like copied games. Yeah. I have a handful of actual games. These 3 here are some more Sega Master System games. This stack is my 32X loose. I put my own labels on them. And then ignore the random cases. From here over are the loose Sega Genesis games. Right here is the Super Nintendo loose games. And then these are all Nintendo 64. And actually, I found a guy on eBay that creates these labels for every variant of every Nintendo 64 game, which is very nice, because that's the best way to display them, in my opinion. This corner here is Game Gear games. I like to put all of my Game Boy and Game Gear games in cases. These are my loose 3DS and DS games. I have a DSi in here. This whole stack is Pokemon games. This is a pirated game, which is actually very funny. Behind that, I have a couple Atari Lynx games, 3 of them actually, and then some loose Game Boy Advance games. This stack right here are probably my favorite Game Boy games. That's why I have them separate, because those are the ones I go to a lot. And then all of this is just other loose games. This is actually a couple Game Sharks, a couple versions of it. This is boxed Japanese Game Boy Yellow, or I'm sorry, Pokemon Yellow Pikachu edition. And then these are a couple Pokemon video from the original movie on the Game Boy Advance. And then I got a bunch of manuals. This whole stack right here, except for the Minecraft, This is all Atari 400, Commodore 64. That's these two, and then these are a couple game manuals I got. Pokédex, Oblivion, and Skyrim. These were necessary back in the day. So yeah, that's this shelf. All right, as you can see here, this is my Guitar Hero guitar collection and a few random other things. Like I said, I'm a huge Guitar Hero fan. Here I have 22 guitars. That corner, I have 6 Rock Band guitars from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 3. 3 white ones, those are the Flying V's, all for the Xbox 360. The 2 in the middle here are PS2, just those little crappy cheapo ones. This one here is actually the special edition one that I got that you can change out the wings, which they're sitting down there. Yeah, I got this with the pre-order for Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock whenever I got the game. 3 Les Pauls, and then all of these are the newest style, which are my favorite. This is the actual one that I've been using for multiple years, for 10 plus years, and I haven't had a single issue with it. That's the Rock Band Keytar, which was a very short-lived thing. A DJ Hero turntable. This case here is actually the DJ Hero Renegade set, which I actually recently found out that it comes with a special turntable and like a CD. I wasn't aware of that, so recently I actually ordered it, and it's on the way in the mail. In here I just have another standard DJ Hero turntable. These are just a couple clear acrylic shelves I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with. This is actually a claw machine that my cousin built and programmed for me. He tore it apart and put an Arduino in here with special lights and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. It plays a bunch of 8-bit music, and there's actually a hard mode for when it plays the original Mario song. Every time a note beeps, like dun 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 dun, it like jerks the claw around. He made it to be like a hard mode. It's pretty fun, actually. So yeah, he made this for my birthday a couple years ago. So that's this wall. Up here, this empty space, I'm actually going to be building some clear acrylic shelves for displaying all the boxes that you guys seen earlier. So I will show you that corner now. Let me just move some things around. All right, starting off in this corner, I have my Rock Band drum set. These are actually the Goodwood Mod pads. I'm not even sure if you can get these anymore. I ordered them well over 10 years ago, back when I was heavily into Guitar Hero. Down there on the floor I actually have a worn out pad that they sent me, which is kind of cool because I wore one out because I played it so much. These drumsticks are pretty funny. I'll show you here. This is one of them. That's the other one. And that's what it's supposed to look like, so as you can see, yeah. Let me move this out of the way real quick. All right, starting up top, I got a couple Model 2 Sega Genesis and a Rob the Robot. Missing a lot of the attachments for the Rob. 3 GameCubes, one of which, I'm not sure which one yet, I'm going to mod. There's a new mod out where you can use a Raspberry Pi Pico, and yeah, it's super nice. I'll do a whole video about that in the future. This shelf right here is my Guitar Hero collectibles. I got all of the handles, whatever you call them, for the Nintendo DS, and all of them have the picks inside. They're not lost. But I got just a bunch of random stuff, like a World Tour, air freshener. I just found a bunch of collectibles over the years. Some figurines. This is like a little mini handheld guitar. I got 5 patches back here. I got 3 singing, 1 guitar, and 1 drum patches that I won in competitions for getting first place. And then in separate competitions, I actually got these couple special edition guitar picks. And I actually have a matching t-shirt to go with the guitar picks. This is the Band Hero drum kit that you put on the DS to turn your thing, I guess, whatever, I don't know. This is a special guitar strap and some special Guitar Hero drumsticks. Down underneath, I have a bunch of the classic arcade. These, all the big box ones, are all newer arcades. They're very nice. They're high quality screens. This one here is like a classic Pac-Man one. Got a bunch of Xbox 360s down there. A handful of them don't work. I actually wrote on there on tape what is the error and what's not working. And then some of them I just modded to where I can't sell them because you can't put them online because they're hardware modded. This is actually a Guitar Hero store display that I bought on eBay a long time ago, and it takes up a lot of space, but I really like it. It brings this whole wall together with my Guitar Hero stuff. I've had it for a long time. That's actually a Guitar Hero mic right there. So yeah, now let's shift our attention to the more exciting stuff, this entire wall of consoles. Alright, on this big shelf, I actually built this shelf tongue and groove. These are all removable if I wanted, even though I painted over them. This is my handheld console shelf. Up top, I have a Model 1 and Model 2 Atari Lynx. These are a couple Game Gears. I need to get some better stands. The ones I got, they're not big enough and they just fall over, so yeah. Inside of here though, got a couple cool things. I've got a Game Genie. I actually have a couple of these. Oop, there goes the other one, see? And then I have the TV tuner with a huge ass antenna. The reason why I got this is because you can do AV in. You can turn your Sega Game Gear into like a TV essentially. It's pretty funny. In here is the DMG original stuff. I've got a Japanese Pikachu yellow Game Boy printer. I have another standard, just your normal one. Over there I actually have a couple boxes of brand new printer paper as well. In the back I've got a black DMG. This is a pretty cool one. These are a bunch of Handy Boy add-ons and stuff. You don't need all this, but I did this just for a video. So I got a Game Genie on top. This is a Handy Boy. Opens up, has two speakers, a light, which I don't have batteries, and then a magnifying glass. And then you got your button enhancers. And then underneath I put a sound enhancer as well. So yeah, this thing is a beast. Now inside I have just a standard original DMG. I actually have another one in a case over there. That's a power bank. And then another Game Genie. Down here are the Game Boy lights I have, and then this one is a Game Boy Pocket. This one is a Game Boy Light, a Japanese one. They're pretty hard to find here in North America. Back there is some more Game Boy add-ons. Down here are the Game Boy Colors. You got the blue. This is a special Pokemon edition, one of them. Got a yellow, a purple, and then this green one's my favorite because I actually heavily modded this thing. I can show you guys a bunch of stuff that I did, but I did an IPS screen mod. I put a rechargeable battery in there with a charging board on the side, a sound amplifier, an upgraded speaker. Yeah, this thing's a beast. Like, if I turn this thing on now, you can hear it upstairs. The sound is insane coming out of this thing. But yeah, that was a fun project. Moving down, this is the Game Boy Advance. I have the red target. I have just a couple of the standard, the clear ones and the purple one, an e-reader, a Game Boy Advance SP101 with the backlit screen from the factory, Game Boy Micro, and then this is one of those wireless adapters. These are a bunch of Tiger Electronics handhelds. I have 7 of them. Then down underneath I have a Superboy and my Nintendo DS. This shelf here, this is a DVD VHS combo, only because both of those are hard to find now. Laser disc player. These are actually all laser discs here. Occasionally me and my girlfriend will actually have a laser disc night. It's kind of funny. My grandma's Marantz stereo from the 70s, which I will do a video on fixing this thing up because it's one of the channels isn't working. Halo Edition original Xbox, standard just a normal Xbox original. Couple Sega Dreamcasts. This thing here is a VHS rewinder. Model 1 Genesis on a Model 1 Sega CD that I fixed over 10 years ago. It just had a bad fuse in it. Back behind, you probably can't see, is another Model 1. There's a Model 2, and then right here is a Model 3. Yet another Model 2 Sega CD 32X combo right here. This is a Model 1 on a Sega CD with a power base converter. These two here are special. This is my original childhood Nintendo, and that's my childhood Super Nintendo. I've never opened them up. I'm actually going to make a video opening them both up, recapping the boards and servicing them and fixing this one up, because right now the spring that holds the game cartridges down don't work, and that's been an annoyance since I've been a kid, so I've always wanted to fix that. The very bottom, I've got a bunch of plug and plays, just an assortment of them, and this is just a stereo that I'm eventually going to hook up. I don't have anywhere to put it for now. Moving over is another shelf that I built. I'll start up top. This is an old plasma screen that I bought years and years ago. It's got a high refresh rate, which is good for gaming. These are my laser discs, like I said. Just an assortment of controllers and things. That is an NES, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Super Nintendo, Wii, a slim PS2, Model 2 Genesis. That's a N64 with one of the Retro Fighter Brawler wireless controllers, which is very nice. That's the best way to play N64 if you're going to do it. The Atari Jaguar, slim PS2, Master System, Hyperscan. That is the GameCube with Game Boy reader and the disc and all that. On the floor there's a special edition Mountain Dew Xbox, which unfortunately, by the time I got it, had the leaky clock capacitor, and the board is corroded beyond repair. So unfortunately, I got to replace the entire board. So I need, if you guys know anyone actually, I need an original Xbox just as a donor, a fully working one. Doesn't have to be nice on the outside, just has to be working. Sega Saturn, and then the Sega Sports Dreamcast down there. This shelf is always changing because I always switch out what I like to play. The majority of these are hooked up, ready to go, or will be. I'm going to be getting a bunch of Switch boxes so that I just got to hit a button and flip it over. So yeah, now we'll move over to that corner, and that should finish up this game room tour. Coming over to the corner, this whole corner is going to change. I'm going to rip out all of these shelves. These were here when I bought the house a few years ago. So I just literally used them and threw stuff on them to get it off the floor. So this corner on the floor is an MPS 801 Commodore printer that I actually got working. Replaced a fuse, the ribbon cable. In the corner back there you can't see, but it's got a box of the paper. Over there is a Commodore VIC-20, fully working as well. Back there is an Action Max, a Waddington's 2001, the game machine. This is the disk drive that I have a box for, and then the tape deck for a Commodore 64. This here is the original 151 Pokemon cards that I've collected since I was a kid. A boxed VIC-20 also working with a boxed data set. This is, oop, almost dropped them all. Hang on. Garbage Pail Kids cards. Yeah, these are pretty cool to find. A bunch of PlayStation 1 originals, the Fats, a PS1 Slim. That is a PS2 with a special stand, which is actually that stand right there. PS1 controllers, and these are a bunch of box stuff. Another PS2 Fat up here. Yeah, these are just a bunch of box things, but as you can see, that's probably grabbing your attention. That is a giant, fully functioning NES controller. That's probably my most prized possession in this entire collection. I've had that thing for a long time, and it's still awesome to me. I've actually never looked inside of it to see how it works, which has always fascinated me. I don't know why I haven't, but I'm going to also do another video opening it up and showing how it works and figuring it out for myself. There's actually a big backstory behind that, but I'll get into that when I make that video. This corner is nothing too special. I got a couple of the original PS3's Fat. They're backwards compatible, but they both have yellow lights of death. Same thing, repair videos on those. Couple boxed Atari 5200s. I'm going to do actually all of the old consoles I own. I'm going to recap all of them. Those are also going to be videos. I got a whole bunch of Atari 5200 controllers in here. I actually have 5 Atari 5200s. There's one in each box, another one here, one on the shelf I showed you earlier, and I have one in my electronics lab that is torn apart. I'm in the middle of fixing it. This thing, I can't even begin to describe how heavy this TV is. I don't even know what size it is, but as you can see, I'm 6'1", and this is me standing beside it, and it's probably this deep. I would say it's probably 250, 300 pounds, no joke. Took 2 people to get this thing up here. Underneath here, though, bunch of box stuff. I got a bunch of joysticks, Atari controllers, just things I can't display right now. Like I said, all of this is going to be getting ripped out, and I'm going to be building another one of these green shelves back there. Behind here, which you can't see at all, bunch more collectible things, some box Game Boy stuff. I have all the original Mountain Dew Game Fuels back here, the original ones when they first came out. Yeah, that's that. So that's my whole game room. Now let's go over to my electronics lab and I'll show you my little workbench I got there. That will all be changing as well because I'm going to be building a new workbench and doing a video on that. All right, over here, it's going to be hard to get everything in frame, especially my face, because the room's very small. This is actually my furnace room behind you. So here, I've got the setup. This is a tripod for doing shots straight down for when I'm working on things. I got the nice iFixit toolkit. Every bit I'll probably ever need is right there. A solder stand for different gauge solders, doing different things. I can actually fit another roll right there, which I probably will. This is a magnifying glass light, which is nice. Rolls out back out of the way. An assortment of random parts. Yeah, just a bunch of random stuff. I got some chip sockets, some capacitors, resistors, fuses, LEDs, breadboards, potentiometers. These are all random gauged wires. This is a ferrule crimping tool. My hot air station, my benchtop power supply. This is a TV for testing the consoles I fix. My Heiko soldering station, which I just got that, but I'll probably upgrade it, to be honest, because I want one that you can change out the different bits. And then my desoldering gun, which is very nice to have, trust me. All right, over here, like I said earlier, I have another Atari 5200 I'm in the middle of recapping. These are just random electrical connections. This will be a fun video here. I'm excited for this one. This is a a vintage radio clock. I plan on tearing out the battery pocket here and putting an Amazon Alexa inside, which would be funny. And that's going to be my clock for in here. This is a project, a Raspberry Pi 4 plus a Raspberry Pi or Raspberry Pi Pico controlled arcade cabinet. It's fully functioning. I just got to build the arcade cabinet to store it all in. A random assortment of parts, batteries, some T molding, some more electrical connections. Yeah. So that's my small little workshop. Let me just pan over here. This corner here, where all this wiring and stuff is, I'm going to be building an entire workbench, and that shelf will actually get moved over there. All right, over here we have my Ender 5 Plus 3D printer. I'm going to be honest, I haven't used it a whole lot. It's still a learning curve for me, but I bought it to go with my video game console repair videos. This will be nice to have though. I probably didn't need to buy such a large one, but I bought it in case I wanted to make something large. So yeah, if you guys have any tips or tricks, I'm part of the Creality group, which has been very nice. I got some stuff here to hook up Octoprint. That's a Raspberry Pi computer, or I'm sorry, Raspberry Pi camera. So yeah, that'll be a nice addition to have for random parts that I may need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm still learning this camera that I'm actually using. This is my first time actually filming with it. Same thing with this Zoom audio recorder. I'm hoping that makes my videos a little bit nicer. Definitely be on the lookout for some repair videos and mod videos.